Hello again. I am very excited to show all of you exactly what those features were as I discussed on last week's video. I've had several people interested in seeing exactly what that looks like. So I want to show that to you all today. And just kind of as a reminder, those features that I discussed last week were the fact that you could see your available balance and your bank balance on Bridget's budget and the tool that I provide. I also spoke about being able to access your budget on Microsoft OneDrive on your mobile devices so that you can see exactly where you're at when you are out and about and making transactions. And then I also talked about the envelopes and how you can see your remaining balance in each envelope via Bridget's budget tool. So I want to get straight into that today, but I would like to say it's going to take a little bit longer than my previous video to kind of show you this. So just keep that in mind as we move forward, but I promise that you'll be very excited about it. So I want to just move straight over to the tool itself. As you can see here, we have opened up the tool and we have several tabs here at the bottom. Don't let this overwhelm you, but each tab has its own very important features, okay, as we're looking at across here. Now, the budget tab is where we've discussed being able to see every single transaction, okay, and that those transactions, when I set up your budget tool, will be for an entire year. Now, those are the transactions that we can foresee. So that would be your income every month, and then also your outgoing bills, and then anything that we can plan for, such as those envelopes that I've discussed, like gas and groceries and animal food, etc. And I know it's different for everyone, but I'm going to scroll down here and just show you. As mentioned, the budget tool is set up for an entire year. So if we were to start your tool on April 1st, as you see when I scroll down, your budget, and I went a little too far, but your budget will be set up all the way through the end of March. And you can see your available balance, your account balance, and even your bank balance. Now, there is a difference between all of these columns, and I'll scroll back up to kind of talk to that point. But we'll, of course, start out with your balance as we set up your tool, and that's the balance that you have in your bank account. I have met several people that like having an account cushion, so that's what you're actually seeing here. And so if you do like to have an account cushion, we will subtract that amount out for you. Your available balance shows your balance without that account cushion being factored in because, of course, it's a cushion and we don't want to plan for it. But then your actual balance will account for that account cushion. And then our bank balance here is not always going to be the same as our available or actual, because we know that when we go and make transactions, we have specific transactions that clear before others, etc. So you can see kind of when I come in here and I mark which items have cleared the bank, how these columns get edited here to show you what's correct. And so that's another functionality so that you can make sure the bank balance that's showing here is accurate. But you can also see what's available to you for spending. So it's kind of an overview of the budget tab itself. Again, set up for a calendar year so that you can scroll through here and see, you know, if I'm looking at my available balance, do I have any areas of concern? As I scroll through May, June, July, do I have any areas where I'm going to go negative? And what am I going to do to make that not happen? Again, as I'm scrolling through, I can also see areas of opportunity. You know, do I have money in the bank that I could be saving? If I'm not going negative anywhere, can I be saving some of that? And that's where I would go in and enter those opportunities so that I'm planning for everything. So I'll scroll back up here to the beginning. And next, we will touch on the new transactions tab, but I will get to this tab later because this feature is specifically intertwined in the capability of being able to access and make transactions through your mobile device. And so I want you to be aware that this is here, and this is the tab that you would use when you're out and about making transactions. And I've made a short little video from my phone to show you what the budget looks like from a mobile device. And so we'll kind of come back to that feature. But let's move on to the third feature that was discussed, and that was your envelopes. Envelopes are something that you want to have for any monthly expenses that you expect to occur, or even your spending habits. So if you and your family go out to eat fast food every Friday night as a family, then that's something you would want to plan for in an envelope. If you and your family go to the movies once a month, that's something you would want to plan for in, say, like an entertainment envelope, okay? And so that's kind of what those envelopes are and what they're for. And then, of course, everybody spends gas and groceries every month, and so those are envelopes as well. But this tab is really amazing because you can see here what your remaining spendable amounts are. And that's going to be important as you're making transactions throughout the month, to be able to come here even on your mobile device and say, when you go to make another transaction for, say, groceries, you can see how much do I have left for this month. And it just really helps you tame down those transactions so that you can stay within your budget. So give me just a moment here, and I'm going to click on another video that I've made from my mobile device. I will warn you, it does echo a little bit just because I am on my computer taking a video of a video when I switch this over. So I'm going to turn my volume down a little bit, hoping that will help. And I will click over to that and show you what this looks like on your mobile device.
Is housed and accessible from my mobile devices. Right now I'm on my cell phone. So once I've opened OneDrive, I will click on the budget. And my budget has loaded. So as discussed previously in the video, it opens up to my budget tab because that's where I have it saved. But I can zoom in to anything to look at it and see where my available balance is, as well as my bank balance. I can zoom out as well to see all of these transactions. And of course, that's pretty small, so you'll want to zoom in when you're looking at specifics. But as you can see, I've got my tabs here at the bottom. And when I want to add a new transaction, I can come in here and do so. And I'll just enter in a mock transaction to show you how this works. I've got my date and then my drop down for transaction type. And if I went and got animal food, for example, I'm going to say I used my debit card. My category would be animal food. And then where, let's say I got that from Walmart. And my amount, I'm going to enter in as a negative number since I did take that out of my account. So now we've got that added. And I can do this as well as my husband, so we can both go in here and add our transactions as needed. Now, I want to also show you that the envelopes are accessible as well. Now, you can tell if we go over here and look at May, that this demo budget was set up to show a $50 allotment for animal food. And as you can tell from that $20 transaction that I put in on my new transactions tab, for April, we have a remaining available balance in our envelope for animal food of $30. So once it's entered in on this new transactions tab, it is already accounted for in that envelope remaining balance line. And I will be able to pull this up on my laptop later. Click the update budget button up here. I've clicked right above it. Click on that update budget button and it will add this transaction over here into my budget. And if I scroll in right now, it is not on here. You can see the only transaction for 4/2 is for a medical transaction that I expect to go through on this demo budget. So once I've clicked that button though on my computer at home, it will add it to my budget tab and show my remaining bank balance and available balance. So I'll scroll out here for you again, and that's a good show of just how easy it is to go in and look at things on your budget from your mobile device.
So we are back to the Bridget's budget tool, I should say, and I'll just leave you with this screen, kind of let you look at this here, but keep in mind that when I set you up on the budget, this is all things that I will enter in for you. So I will have it up and running, and you will be able to go in and just start adding transactions and running the budget on your own. It's very simple. So if you have any questions about this, please let me know. But as we've talked about, we covered the 3 features from last week. So again, that's going to be on your budget tab, which shows us most importantly our available balance in this column and our bank balance, so that we are never caught in a situation where our card declines, which is amazing. We also have the functionality of being able to use this and see and view this on your mobile devices, and coming in here and adding transactions as you make them. So you leave the Walmart parking lot and you come in here and you enter in your new transactions. And then also your monthly envelopes and the remaining amounts in real time. So I'm hoping that everybody is very excited about seeing this in person. And again, if you have questions, if you're interested, please reach out to me. I'm excited to get everyone started on this tool. And I will be uploading more videos to show you some of the additional features on these other tabs that we did not discuss. Thank you, everyone, and happy Easter.